We did say we'll come back for the Bayern Munich game, and here we are at the end of the season. I didn't do it. There are reasons. I'll tell you them shortly. Only 2 or 3 of those reasons, to be fair, are that they've stolen Parsons off us. Other than that, I didn't think it was worth coming back to play a team that are considerably better than us, and we've not really got much to battle with. However, final 2 games of the season, we are currently in 5th, still, somehow, but we're actually playing good. Discounting a little spell that I'll show you shortly. We have Dortmund to kick off the episode, and then Leverkusen. So, if we lose either of those games, we basically forfeit a position to them. And if we get anything other than draws, basically, if we get 2 draws in those games, we'll probably end up forfeiting a position to Gladbach as well. And then the other one of those teams, dependent on who we drew to, because they've both got another game as well. So, it's precarious, should we say, the least. We do have 3 positions to fall back on in Europe, though, because obviously this one's dependent on the winners of the Cup, who, obviously it's going to be some of the stronger teams, isn't it? No, it's not. It's Frankfurt and Dusseldorf, who are 12th and 17th. So 7th does not exist. We have 2 positions we're battling for. We've got 2 games left to get them. Hopefully, we can hold on, because we've had a pretty decent season so far. Before we jump into, obviously, what we've been up to since you were last with me, if you could do me the favour of liking, subscribing, show support on the channel would be greatly appreciated, and it helps to get my little face out there in preparation for FM23, which is coming out pretty sharpish. Another reason why I'm kind of trying to speed these up, because we've got about 4 weeks, 4.5 weeks before the game's released, which is not giving me a lot of time. Ideally, I'd have got out of the bottom 2 divisions in less than 12 years, but it didn't happen, did it? So in the last episode, we were off the back of a 9-game unbeaten streak. We lost to Wolfsburg. It was upsetting. We all moved on. I moved on to a game against Gladbach, where we also lost 2-1. Arezo scoring again. Scored 3 against us this year. He is available on free transfer, but he's joining Hoffenheim because I didn't realise he was available. I probably would have broke the bank to bring him in. We followed those 2 losses up with another loss against Mainz. Leonardo, who was our former player, and Manuel Stradner scoring. Just an easy 2-0 win for him, really. It's a bit disappointing for us. We ended both our run of losses and Aquino's 9-game barren streak regarding goals with a 2-2 against Köln. Aliyar Sayad Manesh scored a brace for them. Senga and Aquino getting the goals back for us. Another loss, this time unfortunately, away against Union Berlin. Henrik Ben Hansen and Mbaye Senga getting back in the goals once more. A 0-0. Very rare for us this season, to be fair, and the last time we had it was against Bayer Leverkusen. It was away at Hoffenheim. To be fair, the game deserved more goals, but a draw seems fair on paper. And after the misery of February and March, we kicked off April with a 2-1 win against Stuttgart. They took the lead against us with Eric Giroud on the 14th minute, and then Karademir scoring his first goal in, again, about 15 years, and Jose Velison getting a goal. He hasn't scored in a little while. Might be his first goal in the Bundesliga, actually. But a 2-1 win, nonetheless. Saw us getting that little green counter back on the board. The good performances continued with a 1-1 against Bayern Munich. Sabah Solyom getting the lead for us just before half-time, and Josko Gvardiol scoring for them just after extra time. Half-time, not extra time. Obviously, stats were definitely in Bayern's favour. They should have battered us, but they didn't. That was the main thing. The penultimate game, since you were with us, saw our, it feels like, first red card of the season. Przemysław Botenko getting sent off in the 88th minute. Damage was already done at that point. We were 2-1 up. Goals from Karademir, Solyom, and Singdalsson scored the only goal for Bochum. And then, most recently, we played an already relegated Werder Bremen, who could double their points and still be bottom, I believe. Senga, once more, Karademir getting himself a brace, and then Lucas Ambros with a quite audacious goal, to be quite honest. I wouldn't normally show them you, but I looked at it and I thought, I'm signing him. By the time the game had finished, I completely forgot it happened, so I haven't tried to sign him. But if you just have a little look at this. What's he playing at there? I'm pretty sure that is almost identical to the goal that Frank Lampard apparently didn't score in the World Cup in 2004. To play Dortmund, we have Jada in goal, Dwa, Jankovic and Botenko as our back three, Charis and Wellison outside of Janssen, with Sturzic and Senga in front of him. The midfield three are they're quite good friends at the moment, and Cáceres is supporting Karademir up top. We have quite a few wanted signs pottering about. Willy Dor is wanted by Dresden and Greuther Fürth. Senga is wanted by Stuttgart and Al Ittihad. Classic pair in there. Jankovic is wanted by Fortuna Düsseldorf, and Kwadwo Dwa is wanted by Hertha Berlin. We've got quite a few values in the squad as well. Mostly Kwadwo Dwa. He's valued at up to 52 million, which is pretty disgraceful. So instead of looking over our shoulders, we can look I was about to show you the table there, but it's disappeared. We can look forward. My assistant manager just reminded me that why have you ran into the path of your teammate? That a win can guarantee us Europa League football, which seems a bit odd because we do only have a 2-point gap. But obviously, if we win and the other two teams behind us also win, that 2-point gap will be maintained. But either way, we've took the lead. Adalberto Charis, I wasn't expecting a goal there. That's why I kind of started to go silent. I either bounced off the back of Karademir's head, which it appears to have done, or he may have intentionally headbutted this. Do you headbutt a football? I don't suppose you do you? I thought it was their defender that made it, but yeah, just bounced off his noggin. It's 1-0, 6 minutes in. Now we just need to hold on for 83 minutes. Dwa, free kick, short to Janssen, Sturzic, and back out to Janssen. The issue is, dependent, we've had quite a few teams chasing Dwa. I think PSG were one of them. Oh my god. I don't think I'm going to be able to hold on to him in regards to come and stay and play with Duisburg, lad. It's a wonderful time. Instead of, why don't you play for one of the best teams in the country and in Europe? Wellison with a free kick on the left. Puts it towards the back post. Senga. Oh, the man's had 3 headers. Apparently not a foul. The man's had 3 headers, all of which that have hit woodwork so far, which aren't filling me with confidence that we're going to get something out of this game. We do currently have a 4-point gap between ourselves and the teams behind, actually. It would do? I did not realise. I probably should have realised this. Gladbach and Bayern Munich had already played. Bayer Leverkusen. So, yeah, this would give us a 4-point gap with only 1 game left. Let's win against Dortmund. Probably should have noticed that earlier. So we're into the 50th minute of a particularly dominating performance. I'm really nervous that we just haven't scored another goal. There's a massive gap between us and the teams up in 4th, so I'm not even looking that way for this season, obviously, because it's impossible. But I am looking there in regards to we need to kind of breach into that at some point. It's going to be tricky. So we've just made 2 subs. We've bought out, I forgot whose name is, Cáceres and Sturzic for Kun and Solion. So we've still got a sub left to sit on. Hopefully nothing happens from this. We've dispossessed, got the ball, okay, and Botenko's lumped it upfield. We've lost possession, but it's at least in their half. El Shewi has it out. Hannibal back to Shiwi? It's not that. Hannibal. Jesus, I saw that going. It my mind's eye had that nestling in the top corner. Annoyingly, we're in the last 10 minutes. Their best performance, their goalkeeper. He's just dropped off a 7 down to a 6.9. We all know what happens when this does it in games. Right, Jankovic don't get caught in possession. Ajeda lumps it forward. Senga's got to win this header. He does. Nods it on towards Karademir. He puts it in the net. I think he might have been offside though because the lineo's got his flag up. Hopefully VAR can overrule and give us the goal, but I don't think they will do because it did look offside, unfortunately. Ref. Just give us a break, man. Into injury time. We're almost there, We've got 2 minutes of the game left. I probably should be slowing down play, and I'm talking about it and just watching the clock and hoping nothing happens. I think we've done it. Oh my god, guys, we've only gone and done it. I mean, we're in Europe, aren't we? I was going to show you the Leverkusen game, but we can't move anywhere because apparently I can't count or read numbers. I was of the impression that both these games were very important. Turns out just the first one was, so I'm really glad I came back for both. I'm going to play Leverkusen off camera, and we'll run through the, what's it called? Season review? Turns out I did you all a favour, because that was an incredibly boring game. Stats-wise, it looks like all sorts of stuff went on. There was one highlight. I beg your pardon. I've just seen an article saying that Man U have been relegated. So what I've done, obviously, is go into their squad, and I've offered all their players on trial and scouted them. So we'll see what comes from that. Hopefully we can take advantage and poach a few decent players off them. Maybe not that one. So we have our season review. Unfortunately, the Cup, they wanted second round, and I could, they wanted third round, and I could only give them a second round, so awfully sorry. Bundesliga, however, they wanted us to avoid relegation, and we finished 5th. Have a bit of that. They've still, for some reason, got the overlap of competition top scorer and top scorer for Duisburg. Let's just move on. Our biggest win was a 5-1 at Arminia Bielefeld, and Karademir's scoring 5 of those. From that, one of Karademir's goal of the season. We'll have a little look at that in a second. And our match to remember was a 4-0 away win, also against Arminia Bielefeld. So, for some reason, the game thinks that those games that we played against them are crucial, pivotal, very important games. So it was his first goal of the game, and the first goal of the game. Free kick. I mean, it was a pretty decent free kick. Goalie could have done a little bit more with it, but he didn't. So, it's fine. We move. Our reputation's gone up. Can you see this? We've got half a star guaranteed there. Half a star improved. I don't know if you can hear these noises in the background. It sounds like an Ewok's being strangled. It's my dog. Don't know why he's making them. Our sponsorship has gone up from 1.5 million to 4.3. Broadcast revenues, about £500,000. Somehow. I think they give a lot into leagues rather than broadcast itself. Corporate hospitality is just over £1 million. Ralph, shut up, man. Corporate hospitality is just over £1 million. Competition prize money jumped up from 17.7 to £75 million. And matchday commercials increased just over £1 million. Top shirt sellers are Aquino, Karademir, Senga, Solyom and Sturzic. All of which are going to be here next season, I hope. Maybe not Aquino if we get enough money. The team lineup itself for the best 11. Ojeda, Dwar, Parsons, Jankovic, Charis, Velison, Jonsian, Senga, Sturzic, Aquino and Karademir. Pretty much our 11 we've been running for the most season as well, which is good, apart from Parsons, who abandoned us. He did manage to play... I can't look at it there, because that's the season as a whole. 7 games, and 6 off the bench in total. Karademir's had a busy year. He is Fans Player of the Season, Young Player of the Season, Signing of the Season, Goal of the Season, Top Scorer, Most Player of the Match Awards. Sorry, I punched the mic. I did it again when I was apologising. Where were we? Most player of the matches, highest average rating, most goals in a player by a match, by a player in a match, most league goals by a player in a match. That's what, 9 things? This is a busy boy. Velison has had our worst ever discipline with 15 yellow cards and no reds, which is it's not bad. It's not good. It's not bad. Highest transfer fee paid was for Saba Solyom, which, as we said, probably wouldn't have brought him in if it wasn't Solyom, but it is. So. I mean, we did. And Mohamed Al-Khatani is our record transfer fee received at 18.95 million. Not 19, though. That'd be silly. Most passes completed per 90 is Ben Jonsian. Who else have we missed? And Velibor Sturzic has the most assists at 12. Velison was up there with the assists as well, but he's missed quite a few games due to being suspended. So I'll have a little run through the squad. Ordering it by potential, we have Betenko and Dua as at the top. We then have Karademir and Aquino, our 2 strikers. So 2 centre-backs, 2 strikers. Pretty good. Charith and Velison are the next 2 kind of in our team. If we order by value, we've got Dua and Karademir, both 40 plus, 50 if we're including that. So there's quite a few bits of value there. As we know, top scorer was Karademir. Senga and Aquino then, which isn't really great for Aquino. He had an XG of 11, 12 near enough, come out with 9 goals, and Senga with 9 from 7. Other than that, goals weren't really spread around that far. Assists, as we know, is, not you, Charis, is Sturzic and Velison. So there's a little bit going on there. And wages, we don't really have any high wage earners that aren't getting game time, outside of Julio Maure, who I'm probably going to try and sell, along with Malkowski. But he's been out on loan with someone else paying those wages, so we're not too concerned. But if you have enjoyed today's episode, do me a favour, like and subscribe and show support on the channel. As I say, we're going to be a little bit quicker through the seasons this year, especially with us having Europe. That's going to be trickier as well, because I've got a lot of episodes I need to get out in a short amount of time. But I hope you'll be there for them. The website is on screen now, so you can carry on watching. And thank you very much for your time.